Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we are about 10 minutes away from Dashboard Confessional tickets coming up in Clash with Kenzie for trivia. So stay here for that. In the meantime, let's get to sports.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, before we get to everything White Sox, breaking news this morning.
Don't be a restaurant, don't be a restaurant, don't be a restaurant, don't be a restaurant.
It's not a restaurant.
Okay. I can't do it anymore, man.
We're pouring one out this morning, and this hits me deep. This really doesn't. I think it's going to hit a lot of Chicago deep, that former NBA MVP, Chicagoan, Chicago Bull, Derrick Rose, is retiring from the NBA after.
God's retired.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I don't mean to scare anybody, but the Derrick Rose is retiring from the NBA after his 16-year career. He announced on social media this morning on his, knowing that I gave my all to the game. I feel confident in my decision, he says. Basketball was just the beginning for me. Now it's important that I give my all to my family. They deserve this. He's only 35 years old, because you forget how young he was when he won the MVP, youngest ever to do it. And then, of course, the tragic ankle injury that led to what ifs for Chicago for the last decade. What ifs if Derrick Rose had stayed healthy. And he moved on to other teams, obviously the Knicks and Cleveland, Minneapolis, Detroit, and Memphis. He thanks each of his fan bases in the post. And, maybe you don't even know much about Derrick Rose, but obviously a Chicagoan, grew up in Inglewood, went to Simeon, which, by the way, is loaded with veterans and people that went out to go to professional football, basketball. And, by the way, just side note, great documentary on ESPN called Benji.
Okay.
About a tragic story about a basketball player that was basically Michael Jordan, and he tragically got shot and killed.
I know the movie about the dog.
Different story.
Okay.
Different story.
Right.
Way different story.
I was like, I don't remember there being basketball in that movie.
Nope.
It's also very good.
I heard that dog could shoot a wicked jump shot.
Oh, yeah. You're thinking of Air Bud.
Yeah.
It's a different journey. But yes, I understand where you're coming from.
If you're ever looking for a heartwarming and tragic, heartbreaking story, Ben Wilson from Simeon High School on ESPN's 30 for 30, or one of those stories. But anyway, Derrick Rose, man, we love you, man. Thank you what you did for. It's great to see someone that grew up in the city and then did that for the Bulls, but just like the what ifs will just always be there attached to his name. But man, what a guy. What a great guy, and great for his neighborhood and great for his people. And there you go, Derrick
I just
Rose.
couldn't help but think, God, he got up early to say that. When I saw it this morning, I was like, woke up so early to do that.
Maybe he's still sleeping and he scheduled the post.
I was saying, like, you're retired. Posted like 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there you go. Derrick Rose, we love you, man. Now, what we don't love right now is the White Sox continuing annoyance to me and my bank account. How dare they continue to win? I sent Carl to the game on Tuesday, and we upgraded him because I was just feeling really generous. And one of our great fans and listeners, I had $124 tickets for him for the White Sox game Tuesday night to witness history of the White Sox losing 121 games and being the worst team in baseball history, which we know is inevitable. Last night.
Maybe not.
Well, listen. We all know the Tigers will win those games because it's important to them for playoff implications when they go to Detroit after today's game. So last night, sent Tom to the game. I go, wow. I couldn't afford to upgrade him, so I apologize, Tom, in advance right here. But Tom just said, don't worry about it. I'll move up. Is that what you did, Tom?
Oh, yeah. First of all, big ups to Derrick Rose.
Yes.
Sad to hear that.
Big ups.
Yeah, well, thank you for sending me, first of all.
Yep.
But, yeah, I ended up moving. I was about 14 rows behind the Sox dugout. I just walked right in and sat down. No big deal.
Wait. Hold up, buddy. So I know the tickets weren't there. They were high. And you got 14 rows behind the Sox dugout?
Oh, yeah. You just walk in and sit. Nobody questions anything at this point.
I told you, Brian. I told you didn't need to upgrade seats, and you're not listening to me.
Yeah, but throughout the season, we know for sure that they didn't do that. They made sure you stayed in your sections, and it was, wow, that was great. Good job.
It's kind of like the last day of school. You don't get a homework assignment. Like, whatever. See where you at.
Yeah. Well, that's
I didn't stay there. I did kind of move around a little bit. And in the most White Sox thing possible, I had a second ticket. I could not get anybody to go with me.
So, hey, can I have that $16 back then, maybe? Well, throw something back to me, man?
Well, I don't know about that.
No, it's okay.
But it was kind of fun because so then I kind of started walking around and just talking to people, and it was so I really started. I don't know. I probably sent way too many things, but I kind of took it as like I'm a sports reporter guy now. But a lot of people kind of were like the same mindset. Like, you know what? They just want to see the bad. They just, if you're that bad, get to the bad.
Right.
Well, it's historic. I mean, this will never happen again in any of us alive right now. We will never see this loss total again, unless the White Sox do it next year and beat their own record.
Which is possible. Which is very possible.
But that's less
That conversation
anticlimactic.
came up.
That's when everybody just walks into the lake and says,
Goodbye.
we're all done. So you enjoyed the game? What'd you eat and drink there, Tom?
So actually, they had for this series. So if everybody going today, they're doing the same thing. It's $5 beers, Modelo, Miller Lite. I probably shouldn't be saying a brand.
That's okay.
That's fine.
The hot dogs, things like that. Like they're $5. So like they're trying. I think that's partly why it was actually pretty crowded.
Wow, $5 beers?
Yeah.
That's good.
So
This is a fun night
yeah,
out.
so I had a few of those. Because I'm watching the White Sox, so of course I had that.
Beer.
Yeah.
And honestly, I ended up only eating the hot dog because then I was chatting too much with people.
This is a fun night out, baby.
Very good. Was the vibe in the stadium, like you said, most people were there to see history?
Yeah. Then it got weird later in the game. Like it was almost. I was the one guys I was talking to towards the end. It seemed like there was like a nervousness. Like, oh my God, they're not. Like you kind of just knew at that point they're not going to lose. They're somehow going to pull this off, and they're going to make us all mad. And shout out to the one guy. He's selling like the split the pot raffle. Man, this guy, he was mad. He's like, they better lose because I've been to every single loss that I've worked every single loss. And they better get it tonight. And nope, they did not.
Boy, it's bad when the 50-50 raffle guy's upset. Really bad. Jesus.
He works for them.
I know.
It's like, I'm sick of being here.
Well, listen, we appreciate you, Tom. And, glad we could send another true Brian and Kenzie listener to the game. And in a minute, we'll do it again. But thank you, man, for listening and posting pictures. We'll have Tom's picture up on our social.
Yep. No problem. And again, I appreciate you, Brian.
Well, I love you, Tom.
I love you too, man.
Okay, how about that?
Okay, settle down.
Take that, Carl.
Carl's a nice guy.
I know. He's a lovely man, just appreciates me. Very
He
nice.
doesn't love you.
Doesn't love me. It's okay. Well, listen, Tom, thank you so much for being our on-the-boots, on-the-ground person for the game, and we'll get somebody else on the phones in a second. But, yeah, what happened last night, the end of the game, the call here, is the walk-off from Andrew Benintendi. It sounded like this.
Benintendi with a good rip. This one's going to fall. Vargas rounding third, coming home, and walking off. White Sox with a win in the 10th. Take that, history.
That was weird.
That's such a weird call, isn't it?
Walk it off. Walk it off.
He goes, no, walk it off. I'll walk it off. I'll walk it off.
I heard a chicken. I don't know why, but I heard like I felt like it was very chicken-esque.
Let me hear that again, how that sounds here.
Coming home, and walking off.
I hear chicken.
Oh, my goodness.
I love Steve Stone, their color commentator. I think he's absolutely brilliant in the booth. John Schifrin came into the not-so-welcome position of trying to replace Jason Benetti this year. He's not a bad announcer, but when the Sox do win, which has happened 30-something times this year, he does carry an air of confidence that is completely inappropriate given the 120 losses that have also taken place this season.
Listen,
I really don't get it.
He's just trying to celebrate. Like, a win's a win. That's his attitude.
Yeah.
God forbid he gets to be positive, 4 times this year, and you're like, let him just have it.
Well, today's a very special game, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to buy tickets again. This is the last chance I can do it, I think. I mean, they're going to Detroit.
Well, you
could send people to Detroit.
You could send people to Detroit, Brian.
People are already asking.
Yeah, I've got flights pulled up right now.
Oh, good Jesus, Lord.
Oh, you want to take care of your people, right? You're a man of the people. That's your whole thing.
So I'm already $200 in the hole, and I have to keep explaining this on the credit card to Megan that they're not for us.
I have money well spent, if you ask me. We've made forever memories for some people. Do you want to know the price to send somebody to Detroit just in case the White Sox win today?
Okay, before we get people on the phone, let me hear those numbers.
Okay. So if you want to fly somebody out to Detroit tomorrow morning,
Well, you have to.
a round trip flight is $218.
Not bad.
But that is on Spirit Airlines. And I don't think you would put a listener of ours on Spirit.
Okay, if you're morally against the flight, is there a Metro train that goes to Detroit?
There is Amtrak's that
You
go.
get Amtrak?
Yeah. I've taken it once. It's 7 hours on a train.
Okay, so we could get them on early tomorrow.
It's called the
Amtrak.
Wolverine line, I think, because it goes to Ann Arbor where it Go Blue, baby. So I think it's called the Wolverine line on Amtrak, and it takes 7 hours to get to Detroit.
Gotcha, that's fun. Okay, so we're going to fly somebody's Spirit because we don't want them on a train for 7 hours.
By the way, good price.
Oh, I'm sure.
What was United, like $500?
United's $426. That's what I was going to offer next, is maybe fly them United and then buy them tickets. Right now, the cheapest ticket I can see is $56 to get into the game tomorrow.
Wow.
But if you're going to send somebody to Detroit, Brian, you're going to want to get them a good seat. And I'm looking at a lot of seats in the $300 range that feel like something you would give a listener if the White Sox happen to win today.
So if they win, I'm about $550 in the hole.
Correct.
I probably should buy them a drink or something, too.
Exactly.
They're going to be thirsty after that flight.
Okay, so hear me out.
Yeah.
There is a Wolverine line tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, 6:45 a.m.
Okay.
Get you in at 1:35 p, baby.
7 hours is like
That's not bad. Okay.
it's so brutal, that train ride.
5 hours and 50 minutes. Not too bad. It's about how long it takes me to get to Elgin in the traffic with the 90.
That's facts.
It's $61 a traveler.
Okay.
Not bad, huh? Very nice.
Not bad, but actually now when I look at it, Spirit for only $150 more is really not bad if you live
If you live.
on the flight, the Spirit
I see.
Airlines. All right, well, here's what we'll do right now. And by the way, today's game is not only a record setter for the White Sox. If they win 121 losses, the sole record of the worst team in baseball history. If the Angels lose, it's a franchise loss record for the Angels.
The most losses they've ever had in one season.
In one season, which is 96.
Oh, my God.
That sounds good.
These teams are so awful. Like, that's the thing. The White Sox are bad. The Angels are also horrendous. These games have been so hard to watch.
So if you can go to day baseball today, I get it that the first pitch is in 6 hours. So only if you can do that, I will send you to the final home game of the White Sox to see history, and it will happen today because I can't afford that Detroit stuff. I can't do it. 312-591-8300, caller 10, or just the first person through that will go. Call now.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Before we get you on the phones for Dashboard Confessional tickets in Clash with Kenzie, giving away the possibly last pair of White Sox tickets for today's game. If they win, it's all over. Worst team in Major League Baseball history. That's what we're all hoping for to end this long national nightmare. Now, if they don't, I'm considering the Detroit trip to send somebody there. But we do have a winner. I believe her name is Angela, checking in from Bridgeview. Angela, ahoy. What's going on?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. So are you a big White Sox fan? What's the deal here?
I am a big White Sox fan. My husband's a Cubs fan, and he's been following all year. He really wanted to go today. He wanted to play hooky, and I was like, we can't do that.
Oh.
But,
Play hooky from your jobs, kids, whatever, all of the above?
yeah. I'm on my way to work right now, so I'm going to have to figure something out.
You are, because you are indeed going to the game today, Angela.
No way. Cool.
Now, what kind of excuse you're going to give to your boss right now?
I don't know. I'm not feeling too well.
Well,
I would drop the giggles. What do you tell them?
Yeah.
Make it more convincing.
yes.
My boss lives in Wisconsin, so I don't really have to see them. I'm the only one in the office in Chicago.
There you go, baby. You're not even going to bump into them.
Well, remember, we need pictures. I know that's kind of rough. I guess you can't really do that. Pictures if you're telling your boss you're sick and you're going to the White Sox game. But send us a picture of you in the seats at the game that I will buy for you, and I appreciate you. In fact, I love you.
Love you, too.
Oh.
I don't think this is a good thing
Love
that
you,
we're
Kate
doing.
and Kenzie, too.
Well,
love
that's
you.
less special now.
Okay, Brian.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Here we go for Dashboard Confessional tickets. We have Mike checking in from Frankfurt. Mike, ahoy, tell us something about yourself.
Ahoy, what's going on? I'm just a FedEx driver out here, just trying to make a living.
Hey, man, don't say just a FedEx driver. You deliver everything that we buy. We consume, we overspend, we go in debt, and you deliver it.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. I deliver everything.
Now, last year we heard through some union contract negotiations that UPS drivers can make up to $180,000 a year if they work pretty much every hour of the day. Is FedEx, comparable to that salary?
Oh, no, it's like a quarter of that.
A quarter?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
hot
half.
trucks, baby.
Yeah, you gotta move on to Brown. What can Brown do for you? Pay you more.
Their tattoo policy is a little unnerving. So.
Look where those have gotten you.
Dare I ask the question, what kind of tattoos do you got?
Oh, I'm just covered, neck, hands, everywhere, so they don't allow that.
Oh, can't you wear a turtleneck?
In the summer?
Yeah, but $180,000. I'd sweat my ass off for that. All right, man.
Yeah, you're right.
We love you, brother. So first 1 to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails right now, Mike.
Tails never fails.
It doesn't fail. Tails is the winner right now. All right, Mike, we start with this question. What astronomer is mentioned in the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody?
Galileo.
I like this guy.
Oh, love it.
You gotta sing it. You can't just say it.
Yeah. To Kenzie, what is the capital of the state of Utah?
Probably Salt Lake City.
Can you name another city in Utah?
No.
I can't
so
either.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah. They did
Fingers crossed, baby.
They did the right thing. Can you name one case?
I thought I could.
At first I was going to say Reno, but that's in Nevada.
I almost said Denver.
What?
What's another city in Utah?
All right, I just looked up. Oh, huge one. We're messing up right now. Park City. That's bougie.
Yeah, that's for rich people because it's a
I've
beautiful.
never heard of it.
Well, if you're a skier.
Moab, I guess is a city. That's a big one.
I never heard of that one. But
That's the one where people take all the pictures, like the canyon-y thing.
Oh, yeah.
The Moab Desert.
Probably doesn't exist like Red Rocks. People these pictures.
It's all AI.
It exists.
Well, Park City for the snowboarders and skiers out there. That's one of the best spots in the
bougie.
Yeah, really good.
That's the money, honey.
All right, 1-1 back to Mike.
You can just go to Alpine Valley. It's closer and cheaper. You can do that. Mike, what is the name of the mansion where Elvis Presley died?
Oh, that's Graceland.
Graceland. He died on the toilet.
All right.
Let's see here. Kenzie, actors Ed O'Neill and Sofia Vergara were married to one another on what ABC sitcom?
Modern Family.
Yeah, funny show. 2-2. Mike, what author created the characters of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn?
Ooh, is that Mark Twain?
It is Mark Twain. We got a game here. Kenzie, what is the name of the Reese's branded cereal?
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs, 3-3. Mike, what is the name of a place where projectors are used to show the night sky?
Hang on. Something tipping my tongue. Observatory?
No. Oh, sorry. Kenzie.
Planetarium.
Planetarium. Like Adler Planetarium. And that goes back to Kenzie now?
Now, Kenzie can win with a correct answer. This is tough for Mike. He was on a roll, but not anymore. 4-3, Kenzie can win dashboard tickets and give everybody a shot at them right now.
Kenzie. Which movie studio has a roaring lion as its logo?
MGM?
MGM is right. Mike, I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Just happy to be here.
Is that right? What a guy.
I like him.
You keep delivering packages and keep getting tattoos. You're all good in our book.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Now listen, you can hang up and still have a chance to win these Dashboard Confessional tickets. So we have those coming up in 3 minutes after Cannons. Everybody listening, if you want to go to that show, stay right here.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.